Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to welcome you to County Court at Law Number 2. My name is Judge Terrence Holmes. I'm the presiding judge here in County Court at Law Number 2. This morning, we have our announcement docket. Now, when we call your name, you come forward with your attorney. If your attorney is not here, then we will wait for your attorney to arrive. Because your attorney may be handling another matter in another court, okay? So at this time, we don't have any attorneys here. Ms. Minaldi was here earlier. What, is she talking to one of our clients?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Mr. Reynolds was here earlier too. Okay. Which one? Okay. What's the date? Bailey Boggs?
She's probably here on
Okay, this is cause number 24 CCCR 1082, case of style of state of Texas versus Bailey Boggs. Ms. Boggs, is that your full name?
Yes.
And Ms. Boggs, how are you doing? I'm good, fine. Thanks for asking, Ms. Boggs. You're represented by your attorney, Attorney Reagan Minaldi. Attorney Minaldi, how are you doing?
I'm good, Judge. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. And the state is represented in this case by Attorney Andrew Huber. Attorney Huber, how are you doing?
Doing well, Judge. Thank you.
That's good. Now, Ms. Minaldi, what is your announcement in Ms. Boggs' case?
Yes, Judge. This is my first setting with her. I have paper discovery, but I'm still waiting on a video associated with her case. So if I could have a reset
Okay,
to have time to review that.
give us a reset date.
November 20th.
Okay, this case, Ms. Boggs will be reset to November 2024. Give your attorney opportunity to get the video and review all of the discovery in this case. Your attorney is going to get your reset. Once you get your reset from your attorney, you're free to go. You have a blessed day. You can stand in front of the court coordinator.
And I have
Bryant Robinson. This is cause number 24 CCCR 0212, case of style of state of Texas versus Bryant Wayne Robinson Jr. Mr. Robinson, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
How are you doing, Mr. Robinson?
Doing fine. What's up,
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Mr. Robinson, you're represented by your attorney, Attorney Reagan Minaldi. Attorney Minaldi, what is your announcement in Mr. Robinson's case?
I am not sure of the status of my paper discovery, but this is my first setting with him, so I need a reset to make sure I have all of the paper discovery as well as any media associated with his case.
Okay. Let me reset. Which one? November 20th? Okay. Mr. Robinson, your case will be reset to November 20, 2024. Your attorney is going to get your reset. Once you get the reset from your attorney, you're free to go. You're going to stand in front of the court coordinator to get your reset. And Ms. Minaldi, this is your last case?
Yes, Judge.
You're free to go as well. You have a
Thank you.
blessed day.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Which one? Okay. Okay.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Court this morning.
Okay, did you say Burton?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Spoke with his defense lawyer. He's entering a plea this morning to an MTRP over there, and he's supposed to receive 2 years TDC. And the defense lawyer says as part of the plea, they're gonna dismiss this.
the misdemeanor?
Yes.
Okay,
And Mr. Hughes.
it's just gonna confirm it?
That's correct, Your Honor. Yes.
Okay,
So at any rate, I guess I'd like this reset, give him a chance to.
well, I mean, that's supposed to happen this morning, today? The MTRP?
Was supposed to, but I don't know.
I mean, if it does, of course, Mr. Hugh was probably gonna dismiss the case. If it doesn't, then we'll reset it on the same date of the felony, if it's reset. Okay,
Okay,
yeah. Yeah, we'll do that. So you're free to go.
okay.
Yeah, okay,
Thank you, Judge.
okay.
Thanks, Andy.
That's Miss Provo.
Burbank is, I'm gonna hit on in orange, but it's secondary, given the song of the judge.
Yes.
And he's gonna be in the. Or. A lot of people. But it's all.
Was that Burton they got me said?
It's not gonna be reset. We just gonna, it's still today. And if the guy pleads today, they're gonna dismiss the case. That's what he said. And if he doesn't plead today, then we will reset it with the felony.
Okay, I was gonna see if we needed him.
Huh?
I was trying to see if we needed him.
If
to bring him over.
he probably, no, they won't need to bring him over.
Okay, all right.
What's that?
No, we talking about, Burton. They said that, let me find out. Let me see.
transfer, know that way, yeah, bring him over here.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, the person that's on Zoom that has Samsung SM S146VL, would you please state your full name?
Stoneham.
I can't hear you.
Isaac Stoneham.
What did you say? Addison.
Isaac Stoneham, spelled like Stone.
You say
Isaac
Stoneham.
Stoneham.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
Mr. Stoneham,
Page two.
You know,
he's on page 2. Okay. Okay, Mr. Stoner, you can put your mic on mute. And then when we, keep your mic on mute, and when we call your case, you can take it off of mute. Your attorney is not here. That's Jansen Bailey. Okay, next case is called 24 CCCR 1246, case to style the state of Texas versus Isaac Charles Stoneham. Mr. Stoneham, you can take your mic off of mute. Mr. Stoneham is represented in this case by attorney Jansen Bailey. Attorney Bailey, how are you doing?
I'm doing well, Your Honor.
That's good. Mr. Bailey, what is your announcement in Mr. Stoneham's case?
Your Honor, I ask that this case be reset one more time to the announcement docket. I have not received the discovery or reviewed it yet, but I will have that done by the next time that we have court.
Okay. Give us a reset date. We'll keep it on the announcement docket.
November 20th.
Okay, this case will be reset to November 20th, 2024. Mr. Stoneham, stay in contact with your attorney and your bondsman. You're free to go and you have a blessed day. And Mr. Bailey, your reset will be sent to you. You're free to go as well, and you have a blessed day.
Thank you, Your Honor. You as well. Bye.
No,
Okay.
Javier Junior Halamo.
That's hello-mo, Judge. I'm gonna teach you
Hello-mo.
Spanish one day.
I said Halamo.
Hello-mo.
Okay. Now, Mr. Halomo is on, he's on Zoom. Mr. Halomo, how are you doing?
I'm doing good, sir. And you?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. And you're represented in your cases by your attorney, Attorney Jared Gilthorpe. Mr. Gilthorpe, how are you doing?
Doing well, Judge. Thank you.
That's good. Now, Mr. Gilthorpe, the state is represented in this case by Attorney Kyle Gasper. Ms. Gasper, how are you doing?
I'm good, Your Honor. Thank you.
Appreciate those bond conditions. And Mr. Gilthorpe, what is your announcement in Mr. Halomo's case?
Judge, I'm asking for a reset. This is our first appearance on this one. Discovery has been completed and we've reviewed it, and we asked for a reset to negotiate with the state.
Okay. Let me do this. Hold on a minute. Oh, let's see. Okay. Give us give me a reset date. What date is that? Okay. Okay, his cases will be reset to November 20th of 2024. Mr. Halomo, stay in contact with your attorney and your bondsman. And before I'll let you go, I need to give you some bond conditions in your cases. And so what I'm going to do, I'm gonna read these bond conditions to you, and then we will send these bond conditions to your attorney. You could get these bond conditions from your attorney. And the document states standard bond conditions in County Court at Law Number 2. Following the return of a criminal information in County Court at Law Number 2 of Jefferson County, Texas, all bail bonds executed for release of any defendant named herein are ordered subject to the additional conditions. Number 1, the defendant shall commit no offense against the laws of this state, any other state, or of the United States. Do you understand that condition?
Yes, sir.
Condition number 2, the defendant shall submit to testing for drugs and alcohol at any time as directed by the court. The court may revoke the bond and order the arrest of any defendant who A, refuses to submit to tests for drugs and alcohol when directed to do so, by the court, or B, submit to a test of drugs and alcohol, and the test indicates the presence of drugs and alcohol in the defendant's body. Do you understand that condition?
Yes, sir.
And condition number 3, the defendant shall not communicate either directly or indirectly with the alleged victim of the pending offense, and the defendant shall not go near any residence, school, or other location frequented by the alleged victim. Do you understand that condition?
Yes, sir.
Now, condition number 5 doesn't apply, however, condition number 4 does not apply. However, condition number 5 does apply. And condition number 5 states as follows: defendant is prohibited from possessing a firearm or ammunition unless defendant is a peace officer as defined by section 1.07 of the Penal Code, actively engaged in employment as a sworn, full-time, paid employee of a state agency or political subdivision. Do you understand that condition?
Yes, sir.
Now, if you violate any one of these conditions, your bond will be revoked. And if your bond is revoked, the warrant will be issued for your arrest. You'll be arrested and placed in the Jefferson County Jail. Now, as I mentioned earlier, your bondsman and your attorney will be given notice of this reset date of November the 20th, 2024. Stay in contact with your bondsman and your attorney. Your attorney will also be given a copy of this bond conditions. You can get a copy of these bond conditions from your attorney that we will send to him. At this time, you're free to go, and you have a blessed day. And Mr. Gilthorpe, I think these are your only 3 cases. You're free to
Yes.
go as well, and you have a blessed day.
Thank you, Judge. Same to you.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Jason Strickland, would you please come forward? This is cause number 23CCCR 0964. Case is style of state of Texas versus Jason Strickland. Mr. Strickland, is that your full name? And Mr. Strickland, how are you doing? I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. State is represented in this case again by Attorney Andrew Hubel. Attorney Hubel, again, how are you doing?
Still doing well, Judge, thank you.
And Mr. Strickland, you're represented in your case by Attorney Phil Gomels. Gomels. How are you doing, Mr. Gomels?
Yourself good?
I'm doing fine. Now, Mr. Hubel, I have before me in cause number 23CCCR 0964, a motion to dismiss in this case, is that correct?
That's correct, for forfeiture, Your Honor.
Okay. Now, Mr. Strickland, I have before me a document that is titled Motion to Forfeit the weapon, in this case, to the Beaumont Police Department. Do you recognize this document? Well, first of all, would you please raise your right hand? Do you swear affirm, tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Okay, you may put your hand down. Now, do you recognize this document? This is titled Motion to Forfeit?
Yes, I do.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled Defendant?
Yes, it is.
Now, before you sign this document, did your attorney go over this document
Yes,
with
he
you?
did.
And did you understand everything in this document?
I did.
And is everything in this document true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Mr. Strickland, I'm going to sign this motion to forfeit the weapon, in this case, to the Beaumont Police Department. And as part of the plea bargain in this case, I'm signing the dismissal. Is that correct, State?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Now, once I sign this dismissal, you should be able to get a copy of this dismissal from our court coordinator in about 1 minute. Okay. Mr. Gamos, you can get your copy of the reset from our court coordinator once you get a copy.
Dismissal, you mean, Your Honor?
I mean, yeah,
Yes.
of the dismissal. Once you get a copy of the dismissal, you'll be free to go.
Very good.
And you have a blessed day, and you have a
Thank you, Your Honor. Same to
blessed
you.
day as well.
Thank you.
Okay,
And Your Honor, I was able to confirm what Buddy was saying earlier.
yes,
In regards to John Burton, so I will be submitting.
you sending that one too. Okay. Next case is Sarah Wilson, cause number 24 CCCR 1398. Ms. Wilson is on Zoom. Ms. Wilson, you can take your mic off of mute. How are you doing, Ms.
Good
Wilson?
morning.
How are you doing, Ms. Wilson?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Ms. Wilson, you're represented in your case by your attorney, Attorney James Padgett. Attorney Padgett, how are you doing?
Doing well. Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. Mr. Padgett, what is your announcement in Ms. Wilson's case?
Your Honor, I've applied for pretrial diversion and we're waiting on a response.
Retrial, okay. Well, in December. Was that the December the 9th? I think that's it.
In the meantime, we're trying to complete discovery as well, Your Honor.
Okay. This case will be reset to December 9th of 2024. Mr. Padgett, your reset will be sent to you, Ms. Wilson. Stay in contact with your attorney and your bondsman. They will be given notice of your reset date. Your reset date is December 9th, 2024. And Ms. Wilson, you're free to go and you have a blessed day.
You as well, thank you.
Okay. is that Juana Solomon?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
Ms. Solomon is appearing via Zoom. Ms. Solomon, how are you doing?
I'm fine, Your Honor. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Ms. Solomon, you're represented in your case by your attorney, Attorney James Paget. Attorney Paget, what is your announcement in Ms. Solomon's case?
Your Honor, I've received the discovery information. If you would allow 30 days for us to review this, we'll be able to dispose of the case, and we'll both be there in person on the next court date.
Give us a reset date. Okay, this case will be reset to November 20th, 2024. Ms. Solomon, you need to be here in person on that date. Court starts at 9 a.m. Your attorney and your bondsman will be given notice of this reset date. You're free to go. Stay in contact with your attorney and your bondsman, and you have a blessed day.
Thank you. You as well, Your Honor.
And Mr. Paget,
Yes,
you
Your
are
Honor.
free to go, and you have a blessed day.
Thank you, Your Honor. You as well.
All right. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
William Page. Mr. Page, your full name is William Chaz Page?
Yes.
How you doing, Mr. Page? That's good. Mr. Page, you're representing your case by your Attorney Marvel Provo. Attorney Provo, how are you doing? And Ms. Provo, what is your announcement? And Mr. Page? Yes,
I would like to retain it on the announcement document one more time. I just got the offer late, yesterday.
we have a note here that this was the last time that this is supposed to be on the announcement docket. Yeah,
Okay. So I can discuss and go, we can discuss the offer.
okay.
Oh, what's wrong?
We're gonna reset this date on a pretrial conference docket.
For 30 days?
Yes,
It'll be November 18th.
November 18th. Okay, this case is reset on the pretrial conference docket, November 18th. Mr. Page, you're gonna get your reset from your attorney. Once you get your reset, you're free to go, and you have a blessed day, and you have a blessed day as well. Ms. Provo.
Thank you. All.
Yes, you may be excused.
Thank you.
Chantel Jacobs? Okay.
Hey, Judge, I'm here.
All right, this is cause number M 330 794. Case is style of state of Texas versus Chantel Nicole Jacobs. Ms. Jacobs, is that your full name? How are you doing, Ms. Jacobs? I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking, Ms. Jacobs. You're represented in your case by your attorney Langston Adams, Attorney Adams. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, Judge.
Okay, Mr. Adams, what is your announcement in Ms. Jacobs' case?
Hey, Judge, on her case, I did print the discovery. I did pick up the video in her case. If you wouldn't mind, this is our first appearance before you. I just want her to come into my office next week on Tuesday to watch the video, and then we can make an announcement. But I did print the discovery and I did pick up the video.
Okay, give us a reset date on announcement.
Okay, December 4th.
Okay, this case was reset to December 4th of 2024. Ms. Jacobs, your case is going to be reset to December 4th of 2024. You're going to get your reset here in court. Once you get your reset, you're free to go. Stay in contact with your attorney and your boss. All right. You are. And is Gomez Gonzalez? Gomez Gonzalez? Okay. Miss, okay.
He's not
Gomez, yeah, no, Gomez Gonzalez was scheduled to be here at 9 a.m. At or about 9 a.m., the court's bailiff called the name of Gomez Gonzalez at the courthouse door. Gomez Gonzalez did not answer. The time now is 10:06 a.m. on today's date of October 16th of 2024. Mr. Bailiff, would you please call Gomez Gonzalez's name at the courthouse door? Gomez Gonzalez. Gomez Gonzalez. Gomez Gonzalez. Okay, Gomez Gonzalez's name was just called again at the courthouse door. Gomez Gonzalez did not answer. A reasonable time has passed to give Mr. Gonzalez an opportunity to appear in court. He has not appeared in court. State, do you have a motion?
State moves for bond forfeiture.
That motion will be granted. Gomez Gonzalez bond will be forfeited. And a warrant shall be issued for his arrest. And Mr. Adams, you're free to go, and you have a blessed day.
Okay, you too, Judge.
Thank you. Bradley Edward McCown. Mr. McCown, your full name is Bradley Edward McCown.
Yes, sir.
How are you doing, Mr. McCown?
Doing good today. How are you doing? Ryan?
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Mr. McCown, you represented in your case by your attorney, Attorney Ryan Matuska. Attorney Matuska, how are you doing?
Morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. Mr. Matuska, what is your announcement in Mr. McCown's case?
Your Honor, I'm asking that for, you grant us one more, announcement. Mr. McCown had, an appointment to come view his evidence, which we do have now. But I was at trial that week and I had to reschedule. So I need to reschedule so he can see his evidence.
Okay. We're gonna place this on a pretrial conference docket. Give us a reset date. Okay. This case will be reset to November 18th, 2024. Your attorney is gonna get your reset. Once you get your reset from your attorney, hold on a minute. You'll be free to go. But before we did, I need to give you some bond conditions.
Yes, sir.
Notice that. I hand these documents to your attorney. Now, the document that you have before you is titled Standard Bond Conditions in County Court at Law Number 2. And the document states following return of a criminal information in County Court at Law Number 2 of Jefferson County, Texas, all bail bonds executed for release of any defendant named herein are ordered subject to the additional conditions. Number 1, the defendant shall commit no offense against the laws of this state, any other state, or of the United States. Do you understand that condition?
Yes, sir.
Condition number 2, the defendant shall submit to testing for drugs and alcohol at any time as directed by the court. Your court may revoke the bond and order the arrest of any defendant who A, refuses to submit to a test for drugs and alcohol when directed to do so by the court, or B, submit to a test for drugs and alcohol, and the test indicates the presence of drugs and alcohol in the defendant's body. Do you understand that condition?
Yes, sir.
Condition number 3 does not apply. However, condition number 4 does apply. And the reason why it applies is because the offense that you have is listed as a subsequent offense under section 49.04 through 4906 of the Texas Penal Code. And condition number 4 states, a defendant whose information charges any subsequent offense listed under section 4904 through 4906 of the Texas Penal Code shall not operate any motor vehicle unless the vehicle is equipped with an interlock device mechanism that makes impractical the operation of the vehicle if ethyl alcohol is detected in the breath of the operator. And said device shall be installed at the defendant's expense with written verifications of such installation being submitted to the court on or before 3 days after the date. Do you understand that condition?
Yes, sir.
And condition number 5 states the defendant shall obtain, maintain, pay for, and have no violations with the ignition interlock device or mobile device or mobile breath device. Any violation will be grounds for revocation. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
And condition number 6, the defendant must attend AANA meetings 3 times a week and provide proof to the court. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Condition. Now, if you violate any one of these conditions, your bond can be revoked. And if your bond is revoked, a warrant can be issued for your arrest. And if a warrant is issued for your arrest, you'll be arrested and placed in the Jefferson County Jail. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Now, I have before me a document that is titled Offender AANA Verification Sheet. You're required to bring this form to a AANA meeting, and every time you go, a sponsor will sign to verify that you did attend. And every time that you come back to court, you need to have this document with you. And I have a schedule of various locations for AANA meetings in the Southeast Texas area.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
So this will conclude your case. You're gonna get your reset from your attorney. Once you get your reset from your attorney, you're free to go and you have a blessed day.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Take care.
You are.
Your Honor, can I have a minute?
Yes. And you can provide proof of your interlock by I guess getting it to your attorney and he can get it to the court. Okay.
No, you want to delete it?
Jefferson County Court at Law number 2 is back in session. Court is in session and calls number 23 CCCR 1416. Case is style of State of Texas versus Colton Smith. Mr. Smith, your full name is Colton Edward Smith.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Smith, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Smith, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Smith, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Mr. Smith?
Doing good. How about you?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Mr. Smith, you're represented in your case by Attorney Ryan Matuska. Attorney Matuska, do you waive a record in Mr. Smith's case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Smith, I have before me on my computer a document that is titled Information Sheet. This information sheet was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. In this information sheet, Mr. Smith, it alleges that you, Colton Edward Smith, on or about January 9th of 2023, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class A misdemeanor offense of resisting arrest, search, or transportation. You understand what you've been charged with?
Yes, sir.
This document has resisting arrest, search, or keep. I guess the T, you see that on the information, it says resisting arrest, search, or T.
I believe it means transportation.
Would you like to amend it to write transportation on it?
Sure.
Give me I can print it off. Let me see what the body says for constructing a piece. Resting on spotted and enforcement measure, preventing the defeat from being placed in the vehicle. So it's more or less a resisting arrest. Transfer, it could be transportation too. Hold on a minute, let me print this. Transportation and then initially and dated. Do you have any objection to them amending the information?
No objection, Your Honor.
Okay, you waive any time in which to prepare?
Yes, Your Honor. The probable cause affidavit states transport, so we're aware of that.
Okay. Okay. Now, Mr. Let's see that. Let's be the amended information. Mr. Coltons, I have before me a document that is titled information sheet. This information sheet alleges that on or about January 9th, 2023, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class A misdemeanor offense or resisting arrest, search, or transportation. Do you understand what you've been charged with?
Yes, sir.
And to this charge, how do you plead guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty.
Now, are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
No, no contest.
Oh,
Sorry.
are you pleading no contest? Now, you pleading no contest freely and
Yes, sir.
voluntarily? And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges?
Yes.
Okay. And Mr. Smith, I also have before me on my tablet a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonished. This document is also labeled as State's Exhibit number 1. Mr. Smith, do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
On page 2 of this same document, there are a set of initials But there's one set of initials on the line next to the box that's checked no contingent rate, which means no contest. Did you place your initials on this document?
Yes, sir.
On page 3 of the same document, there's a signature above the line that is titled defendant. Is this your signature?
Yes, sir.
And on the next document that's titled trial court certification of defendant's right of appeal, do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature
Yes,
on the
sir.
line that's titled defendant? At
Sir.
the top of this document, there are 2 boxes checked. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. You understand that statement?
Yes, sir.
Second box that's checked states that you're waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that statement?
Yes, sir.
I also have a document on paper that is titled Discovery Certification. And do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
Is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
Yes, it is.
Mr. Smith, before you signed and initialed these documents, did your attorney go over these documents with you?
Yes, sir.
And did you read and understand everything in these documents?
Yes, I did.
And is everything in these documents true and correct
Yes, sir.
to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Smith, are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes, I am.
State offers states 1.
Any objections? No objections. States exhibit number 1 will be admitted. Mr. Matuska, you advised and counseled Mr. Smith. Is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, sir, no evidence.
And Mr. Smith, your attorney, Mr. Matuska, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, I am.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Smith, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
Yes, we do, Your Honor.
And what is that agreement?
In exchange for defendant's plea, the state is offering 1 year deferred probation, $750 fine, 80 hours of community service, and court costs.
Mr. Matuska, were you appointed in this case?
Yes, sir.
What is this court cost?
277.
Okay, Mr. Smith. The state is offering that you serve 1 year deferred adjudicated probation. During the 1 year probationary period, you'll be required to pay a fine of $750 plus court costs in this case of $277. You'll also be required to pay a probation fee of $60 a month, a analysis fee of $15 a month, reimbursement fee of $50. You'll also be required to reimburse Jefferson County Dakota appointed attorney's fees of $250. Your total monthly installments, that is, the total amount that you will be required to pay each month is $199 a month. Will you be able to pay the $199 each month?
Could I get it to 150?
No.
No.
No, my question is, are you able to pay the now $199 or not?
Yeah, I don't have a choice but to.
Well, you do have a choice.
Well, I have a young son. We don't have him in daycare or anything like that, so I'm his
Okay.
only care.
Let's do this here. We have a affidavit on it? Affidavit of injuries. This is on Colton Smith.
Hey, $1's a dollar.
Mr. Smith, I'm gonna show you a document that is titled Jefferson County Affidavit of Injuries. I'll hand this document to your attorney. He'll hand it to you. Mr. Smith, do you recognize that document?
Sir,
Okay, on page 2 of that same document, there's a signature at the top left-hand corner above the line that's titled Defendant's Signature. Is that your signature?
yes, sir.
Now, Mr. Smith, go back to page 1. Is everything on that document still true and correct today?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's see what we're gonna do.
Or something, didn't they? You know, that was.
Okay, Mr. Smith, the court is gonna find that you're indigent based on the finding of indigency. The court is going to convert your fine of $750 and the court cost of $277 to community service. It will be converted to 82 hours of community service. The attorney's fees, in this case of $250, will be waived pursuant to Article 26.05 G-11 of the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure. And the reimbursement fee of $15 will be waived pursuant to Article 1.02.018 of the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure. And so you will be required to pay a probation fee in this case of $6 a month. Your analysis fee of $15 a month. Your total monthly installments. Your total monthly installments in this case will be $81 a month. Will you be able to pay the $81 each month?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, Mr. Smith, you will also be required to perform 80 hours of community service as part of the plea bargain. Now, this 80 hours will be in addition to the 82 hours that was converted from the fine and court costs. So that'll be a total of 162 hours of community service. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
And you will also be required to adhere to the other standard terms and conditions of this probation. Now, Mr. Smith, do you understand the state's offer and the adjustments that the court made?
Yes, sir, I do.
And do you think that it's fair and just?
I think that would work out
And-
probably best for me.
Okay, and do you accept the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll follow the plea bargain agreement that you have entered into with the state. Now, Mr. Smith, if you successfully complete this probationary period, this case will be dismissed. It will not result in a conviction on your record, and you may qualify for non-disclosure. You can talk to your attorney about the non-disclosure because he's quite competent in those matters. Now, Mr. Smith, you're gonna stand and, well, need to have a seat because you need to make the changes that I made. Just have a seat in that first chair on the wall, wait for your name to be called. Once your name is called, go to the window, follow the directions of the bailiff. Once you finish following the directions of the bailiff, you're free to go, and you have a blessed day.
Sir.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. No. Antonio McLeod. Mr. McLeod, how you doing? Your full name is Antonio Antoine McLeod?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. McLeod, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. McLeod, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Okay, you may put your hand down. And how are you doing, Mr. McLeod? I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Now, Mr. McLeod. Oops. Okay, Mr. McLeod, you're represented in your case by your attorney. Well, your attorney of record is Attorney Todd Takash. Attorney Takash is not here. However, standing in for Attorney Takash is Attorney Don Boudreaux. Does Mr. Boudreaux have your permission to stand in for Mr. Takash?
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Boudreaux, how are you doing?
Just fine, sir.
And Mr. Boudreaux, do you waive a record in Mr. McLeod's case?
Yes, sir.
Mr. McLeod, I have before me a document. There it is. A document that is titled complaint. This complaint actually was filed by the city of Beaumont. In this complaint, it alleges that you, Antonio Antoine McLeod, on or about the 18th day of January 2024, while you were operating a motor vehicle on a public street or highway in the city of Beaumont, Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class C misdemeanor offense of improper lane change right to left. Mr. McLeod, do you understand what you have been charged with?
Yes.
And to discharge Mr. McLeod, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty.
Now, you're pleading guilty freely and voluntarily,
Yes, sir.
and are you pleading guilty because you're actually guilty?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. McLeod, I also have before me a document on my tablet that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishments, also labeled as State's Exhibit Number 1. Do you recognize this document? On page 2 of this document, hold on, I need to make an adjustment. Where it says information. I have to put on. Okay, now, Mr. McLeod, on page 2 of this document, I had to add a word. The word that I added was complaint, because you're charged by a complaint, not an information. Okay, and I've initialed it. Now, are these your initials, AM, on the line that is titled guilty? On page 3 of the same document, there's a signature above the line that is titled defendant's signature. Is this your signature? And on the next document that's titled trial court certification, a defendant's right of appeal, do you recognize this document? And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant? At the top of this document, there are 2 boxes checked. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right to appeal. Do you understand that statement? Second box that's checked states that you're waiving your right to appeal. Which means you're giving up your right to appeal. Do you understand that statement? I have another document that's titled discovery certification. You recognize this document? And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant? Now, before you signed and initial these documents, did your attorney go over these documents with you? And did you understand everything that Mr. Boudreaux went over? And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
Mr. McLeod, are you a citizen of the United States?
0 for 6-1.
Any objections, Mr. Boudreaux?
No, sir.
No objections. State's Exhibit Number 1 will be admitted. Mr. Boudreaux, you revised and counseled. Mr. McLeod, is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, sir.
And Mr. McLeod, your attorney, Mr. Boudreaux, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation? Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes, sir.
And your attorney, Mr. Takash, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation? Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. McLeod, I will accept your plea of no contest and will find that you're mentally competent to stand trial. I'll also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. And I'll also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
We do.
And what is the agreement?
The agreement is to $100 fine plus court costs.
Okay, what's the court cost in this case? Okay, Mr. McLeod, the state is offering that you pay a fine of $100 plus court costs of $277, which comes to a total of $377. Will you be able to pay that fine and court costs today? Okay, Mr. McLeod, I will accept your plea of no contest, your plea of guilty. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I'll also find that your pleas and waivers was freely and voluntarily given. Now, Mr. McLeod, you understand the state's offer, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And do you accept the state's offer?
Yes.
Mr. McLeod, I'll follow the plea bargain agreement that you have entered into with the state. Mr. McLeod, you're gonna stand over here in front of our court coordinator, follow her directions. Once you're finished following her directions, I guess you can have a seat and your attorney can show you where you need to make that payment, which is downstairs on the first floor. Once you make the payment, you or your attorney can bring the receipt back up here. All right, please stand in front of the court coordinator and follow the direction of the building. Yes.
Urban is not gonna be coming. Ron said the hearing that he's on is a murder case that he got off of, and he's probably not even through with it yet.
Oh.
Okay. Could you send me Vazagov back? Mr. Vazagov, would you please come forward? Could you send that back to me? So we're gonna have to reset Mr. Burbank's clients. Let me do it, okay. I'm sorry.
And make sure you bring the receipt back.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, court is in session and cause number 24 CCCR 2116. Case is style of state of Texas versus Sosalon Vazagov. Mr. Vazagov, is that your full name?
Sosalon Vazagov.
Okay, Sosalon Vazagov. Mr. Vazagov, would you please raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? You may put your hand down. Let's see. Let me get to your case. And Mr. Zagoff, you represented in your case by your attorney Don Boudreaux. Well, actually, you're represented by Mr. Takash. Todd Takash. Mr. Takash is not here. So standing in for Mr. Takash is attorney Don Boudreaux. Does Mr. Boudreaux have your permission to stand in for Mr. Takash?
Sorry, my language is not good, yes. I go with highway, I go highway.
It's, if I may, Your Honor, defense counsel has expressed to me that Mr. Bazagov is a Russian speaker.
Okay, we're gonna have to get an interpreter.
Which defense has also told me that there's someone that he can get in contact with and interpret via phone. I'm not certain if the court would be open to that.
Oh, no.
Okay. So
We would have to
need
swear the person in here. I mean, yeah, he's not a.
So we need to reset to get a proper interpreter.
I don't know if you're comfortable.
Your Honor, he speaks very little English.
Okay, well, we're gonna have to get
I
a.
have an interpreter. That's what I told the attorney for the state.
And that's what I had expressed to Judge.
So so the person is an interpreter? The person that he has?
I'm unsure if I'm not sure if they're licensed.
And she would be by the phone. This is their number.
Okay, who is the person? And the person is a Russian interpreter?
No, she didn't.
She's a friend.
My friend.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know about that. I think we need to, of the abundance of caution. Because the other thing is, they would have to go over this document. The person would have to be here in person, so. Okay. Let's see. Russia, yeah. This is a mandatory. This person would have to. This is a mandatory notification. Yeah, this is, because of nationality, we are required to notify you. That's just United States, we have been arrested. Okay. Now, is he a citizen? Are you a US citizen? He's not a US citizen? He will do this as soon as possible and let you maybe communicate with you. So, but this is a mandatory notification. We have to notify the Russian consulate to inform them of his situation.
Okay.
Because they're on the list.
So long story short,
we can't do it today anyway.
long story short, we need an interpreter.
The interpreter, and we need to notify the Russian consulate.
Okay.
Now, and yeah, we'll have to have someone to go over this document with him as well. And that person is not here. And that person would actually be the witness to go over this document with him. Mr. Boudreaux came because he doesn't understand Russian. Okay, so you're right. So we're gonna have to we have to reset this case. there's some procedure, there's some things that we have to take care of before we can go forward. And so we can't take care of those things today. We have to give you another court date. Okay. 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 So let's reset his case. And, yeah, no, Vazagov. Vazagov.
Okay.
Vazagov, yes. Okay, now, just have a seat. Y'all have a seat because, we have to get him to, we have the mandatory notification. Okay, and I think we don't have no bond forfeitures, right? No more bond forfeitures, right?
There was one there, I believe.
Now, all of Mr. Burbank's clients, Mr. Burbank is tied up in a district court in another county. He's unable to be here today. And your cases have to be reset. I think we have Mr. William Brown, who's on Zoom. Mr. Brown?
Yes, Your Honor.
Your case has to be reset because your attorney is tied up in a district court in Orange County. He's unable to, he thought he was gonna be able to make it today, but they're still in a hearing over there. And so your case has to be reset. Stay in contact with your attorney and your bondsman. Do we have a reset date we can give them?
Your Honor, I was gonna ask, and I can provide a letter from my employer. The day after tomorrow, I head back offshore again with my job for a 45 to 60-day job, and I'm capable of providing a letter from my employer if needed for the court.
Okay, let me ask you this here. You say, do you know how long you will actually be off shore?
A minimum of 45 days, up to 60 on the job that we're going on. Like I said, if needed by the court, I'm capable of providing a letter from my employer.
Okay, I was just trying to figure out what, when we could reset it where you could be available. Hold on a minute. 60 days is what? Let me see, this is October, November, December. It'll probably be somewhere around mid-December, December. What's December 8th? December 16th, 17th?
It'll be December 18th.
December the 18th.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, so Mr. Brown, we will reset your case to December 18th, 2024. Stay in contact with your attorney. Your attorney will send out, and on that date, you need to be here in person.
Yes, sir, I will.
Okay. And your attorney will send you a reset. Stay in contact with your attorney and your bondsman. They will get notice
Yes.
that you're free to go, and you have a blessed day.
You too. Thank you.
And Mr. Cervantes and Ms. Joseph, your cases will be reset. Our court coordinator is going to reset your cases. Stay in contact with your attorney and your bondsman. Once you get your resets, you're free to go, and both of you have a blessed day.
Did we do a forfeiture on, oh, you did. The guy-
We did a forfeiture on Gonzalez, the first person.
Well, somebody else is coming to page 6 of the last person. You gonna pay 6, no, it's a hush. One.
Hold on. Oh, okay. Okay, this is cause numbers 24 CCCR 0803, cause number 24 CCCR 0804. The case is styled the state of Texas versus Manicure Kusanar. I think it's Manicure Kusanar. Manicure Kusanar was scheduled to be in court this morning at 9 a.m. At about 9 a.m., the court's barely called the name of Manicure Kusanar at the courthouse door. Manicure Kusanar did not answer. He has not appeared in court since the court has been assessed. Yes.
this is the one I got a little confused about, but, we got one, this is, and he's in New York and he had, he, and so he's available by phone. And I told him to stand by our phone.
Okay, could you, maybe give the number to the court coordinator?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And this will.
My name,
Yes,
Manu Care.
Manu Care. What's your last name?
Yeah, Manu Care Husseino.
Manu Care Husseino. Okay. Manu Care Husseino. Okay, Mr. Husseino, you're represented in your case by Attorney Takash. And standing in for Mr. Takash is Attorney Don Boudreaux. And Mr. Boudreaux, what's your announcement in Mr. Husseino's case?
Yeah.
Your Honor, we have got a matter worked out with the district attorney. He should pay a fine of $50 on cause number 0803, and the case number 0804 will be dismissed.
Okay, so we need to set a date for him to come to court.
Yes,
He need to be here in person.
I've explained that to him, so.
Mr. Husseino,
Yeah.
we're gonna set your case. You need to be here in person. Do you understand?
I'm a little bit, your voice a little bit,
Is- Okay, we're gonna give you a court date and you need to be here on that date. Give us a court date for him to be here.
Your Honor, I believe he speaks Russian.
No, the other guy speaks
Oh,
Russian.
okay.
No, not him. He understood. Okay. Okay. Mr. Husanar. Mr. Husanar,
yes,
you need to be here in court in person on December 4th.
December 4th?
Yes,
Oh, I need to come for my court.
Yes.
Bamo, Texas?
yes,
Okay.
okay. Stay in contact with your attorney. You're free to go, and we start at 9 a.m. December 4th. Yes,
Okay.
all right. You're free to go and you have a blessed day. Okay, you're free to go.
The one on Zoom, because that was McLeod that you gave, what they did.
That was,
No,
that was a Burbank's case.
William Brown.
That was Brown. William Brown.
Brown, okay.
He was on Zoom, okay. Mr. Vazalov, okay. Now, this will conclude the calling of the court's, announcement docket on the day's date, October 16, 2024, in County Court at Law Number 2, Jefferson County, Texas. Judge Terrence L. Holmes presiding. Everyone, please have a blessed day.